love you. I really love you. I'm in love with you. I love you so much. Now, how many times have we heard that? I love you. I'm in love with you. I love you so much. These are the things that we hear and we say all of the time. I just want somebody that's gonna love me for me. I want somebody that's gonna, that's what we say, that's what we hear. I want somebody that's gonna love me for me. Somebody that's gonna accept me for me. Somebody I can depend on. Somebody I can count on. My best friend. That Bonnie and Clyde shit. That Barack and Michelle love. Who got that type of love? Or is it just something that we programmed to say? This is the topic of the day. I love you. I'm in love with you. The words that come out of people's mouths, the things that we say. When you open your mouth and tell somebody that you love them, do you really mean it? Are you just talking to them for the moment, or is it emotion that you're talking out of? Did you say I love you because they told you that they loved you? I'm just letting you think about it for a second. What is real love? People say they want love all the time. We're in the days of social media. We're in the days of I can look at you and say that I like you, send you a couple messages and make things happen. But what happens after the text messages? What happens after the inboxes? What happens after you finally have sex? What happens when you put your soul into somebody? Because that's what happens when you have sex with somebody. Well, that's my personal belief. It's called a soul tie. Every time a man is inside of a woman, he departs himself into that woman. Who are you departing yourself into? Who's depositing something inside of you? Very interesting topic. I think nowadays people use the words I love you as a form of, what's the word I'm looking for? They use the words I love you. And first of all, let's get something straight. Let's debunk the I love you, but I'm not in love with you shit. That is such bullshit. Keep your mouth closed. If you're not in love with somebody, don't tell them you love them. Because love is a genuine thing. Love is unconditional. Do you understand what I'm saying? That there are different versions of love. You have the Eros version of love, which is strictly sexual. You have, what is it, the Philippi, where they get Philadelphia from, where they get the brotherly love. And then you have agape. Agape is what we most genuinely run into. Now, let's just get this straight. I think a lot of times when people say I love you, even in general conversation with their friends, family, and stuff, it's just used as a cliche. Do you want to be somebody's cliche? Is your love just like a hashtag? Are you willing to fight for the love that you say that you have for someone? Are you ready to love somebody? Do you know how to love somebody? Loving somebody is just not making them feel good. Loving somebody ain't cooking dinner or taking them to the show or spending a couple dollars on them. Mm-mm. Love comes from a deeper place. Love comes from a place where, and let's just reference children. I have kids. My kids have gotten on my damn nerves to the fullest extent. I've wanted to just spaz out on their ass. That's what I wanted to do. But, and sometimes I have spazzed out on, you spaz out sometimes. Your kid will push your level. But, never stop loving my kids. Never push my kids away. I never tell my kid to get away from me. Or, I might have to one day tell him, you got to pack your shit and get the hell up out of here. Because you acting grown, so now you got to go be grown. But even in the process of putting them into the world, I don't leave my kids. Kids can call me any time of the day. Does that mean I'm going to agree with my kids 24 hours a day? Hell no. It's not going to happen. So what makes you think that you're going to be happy 24 hours in a relationship? Any relationship. Friends, anything. What makes you think that you're going to be happy 24 hours a day? Who is going to make you happy 24 hours a day? Who has the time to think about you 24 hours a day to make sure that nothing goes wrong in your life and that you completely happy and still do them and worry about their lifestyle? Still got bills. Still got stuff you got to do. What does that have to do with the love? Nothing. See, once we get back to the days of really understanding people, loving somebody, being there for them 100% will be the day that you really find out who you are. Rome wasn't built in a day. No one man can fight a war against thousands and think he's going to win by himself. That's the problem. A lot of us are so stuck in our ways. We're stuck in our ways. And we don't want to do nothing different. The second something is different, it becomes uncomfortable, and then we run. What the hell are you running for? What you scared of? Are you afraid of giving of yourself? Are you afraid of relationships? Are you afraid of the possibility of really truly being happy? My question is, how many people out there have actually pushed somebody away that was actually good for you? Really good for you. And they were there for you. They cared about you. It wasn't fake. Who knows about that? Quick question, I'm just asking. See, real love ain't always feeling good. Yeah, real talk. See, the partying and the best of everything, what does that mean when you... See, like, I don't think most of us think about getting older. I don't think we think about the future. I don't think we think about there will be a day that might come that we might not be able to take care of ourselves. A day might come where what we know and the world that is built around us can instantly crumble. What you have today, you may not have tomorrow. The liberties that you have today can become a situation in the future where it becomes a liberty today, where you have all this access and you have all these blessings. But there are days that aren't good. There are days where you will have some troubles. You will have some disappointments. What happens on those days? And that's what I'm concerned about. Because nowadays, it seems like as long as things are going good, we in it. The one moment things don't go the way we want them to go, or we foresee them going, we give up on it. And my question is this: What if people gave up on you for your shortcomings? What if people gave up on you just because they just weren't feeling you that day? Times have changed, people. Times have changed. If y'all know me, I'm an open book. Sometimes it's a blessing and a curse. You know what I mean? I'm an artist. I'm a very, some might call it emotional, but I'm very in tune with myself. I think a lot of people are not in tune with their own emotions. A lot of times we try to walk around as if we're hard, nothing phases us, we can do anything, and it could have some truth to it. We can handle a lot. Let me ask you a question. Do you ever think back and think about how fast time flies? How many times have you said, oh man, I wish I could go back to being a teenager, or I wish I could go back to college, or I wish I could go back and do this again? If you think about it in your mindset, it was a long time ago, but it seemed like it just went just like that. And I don't think that most of us realize that time is still ticking just like that. And we spend so much time trying to find the superficial, the materialistic, the momentary satisfaction, that we lose out on longevity of life, the longevity of love, the longevity of happiness. It's sad. And I speak from personal experience. And I can say it because I've been on both sides of the fence. I have had love that I have not cherished and let it go. And I've also been in love, like seriously in love with someone. And to come to find out that that person didn't love me, that's a badass feeling. That shit don't feel good. And I'm a grown man. I'm cool with that. A lot of fellas don't do that. See, this is my personal perception and my personal thought belief. Women, when y'all coming up, y'all got friends. Y'all talk. That's what y'all do. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how you design. So when you in grammar school and high school, when you dating, you talking to your girls about that cat you dating. And when stuff go bad, you still talk to that girl about the stuff you date. So you develop emotionally different than how men develop. Because guess what? When we young, and this is my theory about why most men become dogs. When we young, there's a particular lady that we like crazy about. And most of us, it's sad to say, most of African American men grew up without a real male in the household. So you didn't grow up seeing mother and father together. You didn't grow up seeing how they interacted with each other. You didn't grow up seeing how they kissed each other and showed each other love. You didn't see dad coming home every day making that money. You don't see mama, rubbing daddy back. So how we grew up not knowing what a relationship is, or not watching or acknowledging what what's the word I'm looking for? A mature, developed, serious, committed relationship is. Sad to say, most of us see mama, or, let's put it this way. Most of us see, the kids see mama moving a man in and out. Or we see the father, juggling females left and right. You don't see that consistency. And I do acknowledge the couples that I have seen together for years. And when I talk to them and they let you know that there's been a struggle, that there were times that they felt like giving up, but they didn't. And where they are now, and how happy that they are now because they fought for their relationship. There's something that they can stand on. Nobody can take that from them. You understand what I'm saying? It's an experience that they have that no one can take from them. So, get back to my point. Young girls grow up with the accessibility of talking to other people. when that guy breaks up with that girl that really breaks his heart, who does he talk to? Does he call his boys and be like, yo, shorty just broke my heart, or I feel this type of way, I love her, I want to call her? No, we don't. You want to know why we don't? Because if we talk to another male that way, especially at an earlier age, now when you get older, it's a different conversation. But when you're younger, you look weak. Or let me take that back. You don't look weak. You're not weak. But the perception of a man or a young boy having feelings for a young girl and being able to express that, care for her, want her, desire her, we don't get a chance to let that out. So what happens? That guy goes up, he tries to get over, and the typical thing for most males, and because I heard it all the time when I was growing up, the best way to get over a woman is to find another one. Best way to get somebody out your head is to sleep with somebody else. Yeah. That's what we hear. That's what we think about. That's what we 9 times out of 10 end up doing. And it's just really built for destruction. So we never really grow up. We deal with pain, we hold it in, we suppress it, we press it down. And then one day, we realize as we get older that we've wasted a lot of time and we become hardened, cold. Our heart has become cold, our mind is not acceptable to certain things. And this is the way things go. This is a real fact of reality. We have a society where they tell us, ladies, you don't need no man. What you need a man for? You can do everything on your own. We live in a day of instant gratification, and the second that we're not gratified, we don't get that gratification in that instant, in that moment, it's like I gotta lay it down. It's just like playing a video game. You go spend all this money on the Xbox, spend $300, $400 on the game. Then you spend another $60 on the game. Then you play the game and you can't beat it. So what do? You put the game down. You don't try to figure it out. You don't try nothing to do. You just get frustrated and put it down. You go to work. You got a job. It's a good job. But people working on your nerves, and instead of making a wise decision, you just quit. Then a couple months later down the line, you're wondering why the bills ain't paid and why this not going on. Come on, man. It's the same thing in a relationship. You have got to put the work in. Especially when you're saying you in it for the long run. Ain't nothing worse than hearing somebody say, we in this for the long run. And then you're not in it for the long run. Ain't nothing worse than being told one day I love you and then the next day I don't. Ain't nothing worse than cuddling with somebody and being there for somebody and then they not really committed to you. So my question is this. Will you now begin to evaluate what love is to you? The people that you love, how you love them, how you allow yourself to be loved? Are you a person that can be loved? Are you in a place that once you meet a person that is willing to do everything that they can do in their natural power to please you? And then will that be good enough? Or are you just comfortable? Or are you just settling for settlesome living? This your boy Russ. It's Russ's Revolution, Russ's Rhetoric. Hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please check it out. Leave your comments. In the near future, we will be, I just got the opportunity about hosting or co-hosting an internet radio show. And that's one of the reasons that it prompted me to do this video, because I want to get a little work out and practice about discussing some real life situations, and these are some of the things that I would like to be talking about once we get on the show. You know me, I'm a positive person. I'm already believing everything's going to work out. I just spoke to the producer today. Lady Jazz. Mad shouts out to you, Lady Jazz. My girl, Brown Heaven. That's going to be my other co-host. And I forgot the other gentleman's name that's going to be working with us. I haven't talked to him yet or met him yet. But be looking for it. The name of the show is going to be called Fire and Ice. I will be dropping links, and once I get a little bit more details about the situation so that you guys can log on and check us out. I want all my people to check it, come tune in. The show will be on Saturdays at 5 p.m. I'm just waiting on the actual date that we go through. What we have to do now is we're getting ready to do a mock show just to see what the vibe is between the three hosts, and hopefully, preferably, things will work out, and we'll be coming to you very soon. And I will be tapping into you. I will be looking for y'all to call in and give your input. Once again, this is your man, Russell Ray. And this is The Revolution.